Welcome everybody to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and I have a series where I have vinyl picks for artists that are uncancelable and unwoke. Well, today I'm gonna do a woke artist and cancelable, because once you align yourself with the establishment, and agree to what they're saying and what their truth is. And once you start to, think differently and it doesn't agree with them, then you could be canceled. So, the group I'm talking about is Dropkick Murphys. They did a very unpunk thing that I think, they kind of line themselves with what the establishment is doing, so this is on the heels of Biden's speech, which was very divisive. It was very, where he had the red background and he looked like a dictator, and a lot of the news, the corporate news networks like Fox and CNN weren't even playing it, because it didn't really speak about anything. He didn't speak about inflation. He didn't speak about the things that are troubling Americans, which Ken Casey, the lead singer of Dropkick Murphys, is on stage talking about working class people and unionized workers and everything. And what about the inflation, the no baby formulas that are around, the gas prices, the loss of small businesses. He was very pro-establishment, going against people with different views, so he's calling out people who are Maga supporters or whatnot, and will inciting violence. I will beat your ass. And that's what, Biden's speech was about, saying that, people are this MAGA right or whatever, are a threat and to our democracy. And so he's like taking orders, walking orders from, the Biden administration. And just like, it just sounded so bad, because it was like, you're supposed to be against this guy because, if you're looking at the issues of what's going on with, the prices of gas, like I said, and, the lack of baby formula, all these things, he's not talking about that. It was like Biden's speech. It was like an us against them kind of thing, which was stupid. And so, and, if you look at the, what he was talking about, Ken Casey was talking about the union workers and the working class people are being swindled by Trump, for going that way. And so he's not looking at it as far as like these people are just not into identity politics. They're not into that globalism. They're about America first, jobs and whatnot. They're not about all this crap, the CRT or critical race theory stuff being taught to their kids. That's what they're against. And none of these things he's talking about, on stage. It's a very emotional kind of like rant, and he brings up the unionized worker, where the first thing that Biden did when he came into office was cut the Keystone pipeline, which killed 11,000 unionized working jobs, and so here he is, kind of like, it was so sick. It was just like, I was just like, I like their music, I could separate the music from, the performer and everything, if it's just good music, but for him to go up there and just kind of do that us against them kind of thing, and like, not everyone in the audience was like applauding. If you look at the footage, there's just people just standing there like, okay, and then there's some claps like in the front, but like where I saw it, on the video, it's just like people just standing there like, okay, and then he's all, thank you for the 2 minutes, and as he did this rant, and then it wasn't like an overall consensus of what he was saying if you look at the video, and just to, things that he was spurting out as far as like, I had to do some fact checking because I'm just watching this video, just like, okay, he's talking about the hats that are not made in America. And, I look it up, and then there was like this USA Today article where it says it was fact check, official MAGA hats, are made in the USA, and they have the Brian Kennedy, who was the president of the Cali frame of LA. He's the one who makes the hats in Carson City, and he said that to the Associated Press in 2019. And so, that's the thing, and he's saying that our merchandise is made in America. Okay, so there's official, official merchandise that can be made in America on your websites or whatever, just like Dropkick Murphy's and the Trump hats, the MAGA hats. But then I could go to a concert of Dropkick Murphy's and be in the I could be in the parking lot and get a shirt, that's made in China. And so when you're talking about official merchandise, yes, there's official merchandise made in the USA, but then of course there's always people, gonna have an operation and get their shit made in China. And so, I mean, that argument, what he was saying, it was just like, didn't hold weight, because he could even be guilty of that, because I could buy a shirt from a vendor, some guy making imitation shirts and that's made somewhere else, or, and so that, it was just, it was very us against them. I just thought it was very unpunk, because now he's kind of siding with the establishment. It doesn't matter who's up there, if there's a rebellious spirit to rock and roll, and just to really just go, okay, you guys and this guys, it sounded like that Pink Floyd song, In the Flesh, when he, and they're kind of, in the movie The Wall, Bob Geldof is like this dictator in this one scene. Maybe it was a dream scene or whatever, but he's saying, this one's like polka dots, he don't look right, put him up against the wall, and that one's a queer, put him up against the wall. It's sort of just like the same thing. Hey, you got a MAGA hat, I will kick your ass. It was just like, it was so cringy to watch. It was just like, it was just like, okay, because that's what Biden was saying in his speech, to go declare war against these people, you know what I mean? And so I just felt like I kind of lost respect for Dropkick Murphys. I mean, like I said, the music is still great, but just his rant it seemed kind of like, please stop and get back to music. It's just it just, because I mean, if you were there and you did support, and wore MAGA hat, that, I don't know, that just, I wouldn't want to alienate fans, or just do that kind of thing. Not knowing that the one that you're supporting is killing unionized jobs, all for the sake of saving the planet, right? That was what the whole deal was. I guess Biden was saying, we got to save the planet, this environmentalist stuff. What I feel about that is just like what George Carlin, the old comedian, had. You look it up, he says, George Carlin, saving the planet. The planet will be okay, but you know what? At the end of the day, these people want to, tax you for, breathing, pretty much, and you're the problem. And so, and cut the jobs, just kill off, everything that makes us strong. So, that's my opinions today. You don't have to agree with it, but yes, I feel that Dropkick Murphys has officially become, stepped into the woke and cancel category. Still will listen to their music, it's great, but I guess, it's just this is where we are today, and just comment below what you think, like, share. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is this band really for the working class? As they're doing the bidding of this guy who's just saying just, it was just like, it's senseless. Just, I'll kick your ass. Just for wearing a hat. It's kind of ridiculous. So and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead, please, and I'll see you guys in the next video.